and welcome to Walmart. I'm Tharmiya.
Nice to meet you, Leslie.
Please take a seat. So I'm your Human Resources Manager and I will be conducting the interview today. So how was it finding the place? Did you have any difficulty?
I actually didn't have any trouble. I actually found the place really well. The parking lots were really nice.
That's good.
When I got in, the associates treated me really well and they got me in very quickly and I got here pretty efficiently.
Very nice. Okay, I'm happy to hear that. I just didn't want you to get flustered with the heat wave and whatnot. So I got an opportunity to go through your resume. It looks impressive. And I see that you had a lot of community group involvement.
Yeah, so I was part of the Big Brother and the Big Sister community. During my free time, I volunteered and I helped children of probably high school, junior high as well. I got them tutoring. I tutored them after school. I got them doing extracurricular stuff, such as soccer and volleyball. And I got them out of trouble, so it made me feel very at ease with the community and I felt really good about myself.
It must have been a very rewarding experience, especially since you were volunteering. Very happy to hear that. So I'm just going to get started with the interview. We just have a few questions to get through. I will be taking notes. I hope you don't mind.
Not a problem.
All right. So first off, so a new project has come up to improve the customer experience service at work, and you've been selected to manage the team. Now, this is a particularly important project because one of the main company core values is delivering unrivaled, exceptional customer service. However, the VP of Operations has asked you to prioritize cost savings above everything else. Now, how would you ensure that your team delivers excellent customer service while prioritizing cost saving?
Well, I would definitely take the lead and communicate it with the employees to let them know that this is happening and this is what we're going to be doing. I would try to motivate them as much as possible because with the cost savings, they might not try to work as hard as much. Also, I would also ensure that the workers are good and maybe have some staff meetings. I would bring them together and ensure that they are happy with what we're doing. And if there's any discrepancies or anything like that, I would report to the upper managers and see what they would do with that.
Okay, so what would you do if one of these team members isn't pulling their weight?
Is not pulling their weight? I would pull them aside and talk to them. I would see how maybe they have other problems going on at home that is affecting their performance. Maybe try to adapt to a new schedule or just anything to help them. If not, then we'll have to find some other alternatives as well.
Okay, so overall, what does exceptional customer service mean to you?
So customer service, I feel that they're really important. So the customers are prime for any business. Without the customers, there will not be business. So customer service is extremely important, and I would always try to make sure they're satisfied, including with the cost savings that we were planning to do.
Very nice. Okay, so next one. So you have a full-time cashier that has always balanced their cash till, but lately it's been brought to your attention that over a month there have been multiple and consistent discrepancies with the cashier's balancing. Now, you've been instructed to bring in the cashier for questioning. How would you assess the situation?
Well, before I bring in the employee in for questioning, I would actually make sure I do a thorough investigation of everything beforehand, just so that I will not get any information wrong. But before that, I would also tell the employee that we are doing an investigation. That's just so that he does know that something's happening. We're not accusing him right off the bat, but we're telling him that we are doing something. I would ask everybody that was on the floor those times to see whether they want to see their perspective, and then at the very end, I will interview an employee to see their perspective as well, and maybe take off from there.
Okay. Now, instead of bringing in the cashier for questioning, would you do something different, and why?
I would have to do the employee. I would have to bring the employee in for questioning, only because there's always two sides to the story. I want to get everything thorough, but he or she may be the last person I do interview or question, only because I want to get every information before he gets a chance.
Okay, thank you. Now, in retail, we know that it's inevitable that there will always be upset customers, right? So based on any of your past experiences, describe a time when you had to handle an upset customer and how did you deal with it?
Well, there is one time that a customer did come in and she was very upset because we sold them an item that was expired. But before anything, I would want to calm the individual down. I calmed the individual down and ensured that we will help them to our best of our abilities, maintaining the store policies. And unfortunately, we did sell them a product that was expired and it was open. And we were able to exchange the product for her to something that was not expired, and she left as a happy customer.
Good. Now, how would you prevent another customer from enduring a similar incident?
Well, considering that the product was expired, from the shelves, I would ensure that it was always checked, that there was no expired products, because that can be bad for our image as well as upset customers. So ensuring that none of the products on the shelves were expired would inevitably avoid the situation.
Now, if you could go back, would you do these things differently?
Well, yeah, I would really ensure that the shelves were very, very well stocked
So prior to having this on the floor.
Always.
Okay.
It's very important for that.
Okay, good stuff. Now, coworkers will not always get along, and there's always conflict. As today you're applying for front-end manager, you will be dealing with some of these conflicts, right? So, in the past, how did you deal with the conflict or disagreement between yourself and a fellow coworker?
So, I haven't really had a big incident with any coworkers, but there has been conflicts where we were disagreeing on something. So there was a time when we disagreed on
That's okay, keep going. You're doing well.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
Well,
I mean, like, if you've never encountered a conflict with a coworker, how will you handle yourself if you were to find yourself in that position in the future, maybe?
Well, I would potentially go to confront the individual politely, with respect, because again, there's always two sides to every story. With respect to him or her, I would tell them my side of the story and tell them how I feel about the situation, and maybe hear their side as well, and maybe we can get a medium to resolving the situation and potentially having a healthy relationship, working together at the store.
Okay. Now, do you think that maybe confronting them, or even though you're saying you're going to share your perspective as well, do you think this situation would impact your future relationship with your future working relationship?
Well, it all depends on how I would confront them.
Okay.
I wouldn't really make it into a bad situation. Like, I would not, I guess, be rude about it. I would take it with class and politeness, and hopefully that wouldn't harm any of our other relationships with any other employees and coworkers.
Good. Now, tell me about a time when you had to communicate a policy change or new initiative to a group of employees. Perhaps you can share one of your experiences at Target.
Oh, okay. Well, Target recently changed, well, it wasn't recently, it was a while ago, and they changed from the return policy from 45 days to a cut short to 30 days. We knew that this would help us save money in the long run. So, but we knew that this would have us upset customers because they're used to a regular routine of 45 days, and now it was cut short to 30 days. With that being said, we had to train the employees how to treat customer service and explain to them the new policy and how to do that. But before we did any of that, we also, how I implemented the situation was I emailed everybody informing that this change was going to happen, and by informing them prior to this change, they were ready for it. And when the change was being implemented, I had group meetings on a regular basis to ensure that they're happy with it, and then we implemented the training for the customer service.
Excellent. Now, why did you choose these specific communication methods? Emailing and then also speaking to them in person?
Well, to me, I found that emails are very informative. Maybe not informative, but impersonal. It just doesn't seem as comfortable as it would to other people. And I feel that talking to people from person to person is a lot better. You feel more, I guess, a more connection with the employees and your colleagues. And that way, people would probably adapt to the change a lot better than any other.
Okay, that was great. And that brings us to the end of your interview. I just want to take this opportunity to thank you for applying to Walmart. And do you have any questions for me?
Well, I was just wondering, when would I be hearing from you?
I still have a few more candidates to get through, and I will communicate with my management team. You can expect to hear back from us in about a week, okay?
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us today, Leslie, and we hope to keep in touch.
Thank you, Tharmiya.
Thank you. I'm just going to see you out. All right. That's one more down. Let's see how she did today. So for that, I gave her a 3. Might as well add it up right now. So that was 3. This one, she did get a 4 because she talked about the confrontation. The customer, she didn't really give me a specific reply. I don't know if I like that. And then, the coworker one, she was very good with that. And the policy change was also excellent. Communication skills, what does that bring her to? 10, 12, 16. Oh, very good. She is definitely a potential.